we're headed for Hawaii.
We are.
How you feeling?
Good.
Yeah, 2 weeks-ish.
2 weeks at sea. Yep. Getting the galley all ready, making some food for dinner for the next 2 days, and some banana muffins for breakfast.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go see how Tom and Susan are feeling. How's it going up here?
Good.
Y'all ready to leave?
We're ready. I've been ready.
The first step for crossing an ocean has to include a stop at the fuel dock. After our trip down from Portland, Julia was quite thirsty, but once she was topped up, we got underway towards that iconic Golden Gate Bridge. We are on our way out of San Francisco, ready to depart for Hawaii. And of course, there's some fog out there. Wouldn't be the Bay Area otherwise.
It's just a little foggy out.
Goodness.
Got foghorns blowing everywhere. We're dodging cargo ships. But it's okay.
What a start to a trip to Hawaii.
We're almost under the Golden Gate Bridge again.
Do we have anyone coming up from behind us?
Yeah, we do. Old Blue. Right there, I can see them.
Feels a bit like sailing up into Canada again with all the fog around. We tried to get the sails up to go sailing as much as we could, but our true wind speed at the moment, 3 to 5 knots. Not really gonna help us. So we're gonna motor for a little while. There's supposedly some wind offshore. We're gonna go find it, and then we'll start sailing to Hawaii. Finally cleared out of all the fog, and we've got just a bare sighting of a whale. Is that freaking cool or what? What a departure out of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Whale escort.
3 whales?
I think at least, yeah.
Maybe one of them was a baby, you think? I don't know. Oh my god, it's so cold.
Well, well, well. What do you have there?
A double caramel magnum bar.
A little celebration to start out the passage, huh?
It's my favorite.
Ooh, and you're wearing your Admiral Amy shirt.
Which I just got caramel on. I don't think you can see it though. But Admiral Amy.
Nice. So there is no doubt who's in charge on the ship.
That is exactly correct. All you watching, I am in charge.
Our first few days at sea were quite bumpy as we had to do some tough upwind sailing. We were trying to get around some even worse weather and head towards the trade winds that would take us to Hawaii.
Day 3, passage to Hawaii. How are things going so far?
Pretty good.
It's a little bouncy. This camera's
great.
catching up and picking up.
It's really gray out.
Yeah.
No rain though.
Yeah, that's good. We found the party in the Pacific.
Yeah, there's like 3 cargo ships all headed like basically our direction right now. 2 of them are buddy-buddy.
Soon to be buddy-buddy with us.
Soon to be buddy-buddy with us.
Yeah. And how's good old Jack doing? Smiling pretty for the camera.
What's up, Jack? Yeah? Leave me alone.
So this is exactly why I really like having AIS. Got 2 ships out converging on us in the middle of the ocean, 400 miles from shore. One of them passed in front of us, about 4 miles away. The other one looks like they're anywhere between a mile and a half behind us. But we can track exactly where they're going to be. Makes a little less heartburn, I'd say.
What'd you get there?
Well, I found the little brother of the aliens from Independence Day. They're just hanging out all over Julia this morning.
Yeah, you got one there. There's the second one behind you, right? And
Yeah,
then a third one over there.
Three up on the boat this morning.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they don't seem to be inking, but yeah, it's pretty
Is
cool.
he pretty fried, or?
No,
wet?
no, they're not dry yet. I'm probably still not gonna eat them, but yeah.
Wow. Freaky.
The eyes, like green.
They are kind of green. That's weird.
As part of their preparations, Tom and Susan had ordered a large Jenniker for downwind sailing. While we were in Coos Bay, we got a chance to run it up and discovered we had a few issues to work out. I did my best rigger impersonation and solved a few of those issues, but testing things at the dock and making it work out at sea are definitely 2 different things. We put on our creative problem-solving hats and at least figured out a way to make it work in light air.
As you can see behind me, we got the big old Jenniker up. Been a little tricky trying to do this. I think the sail was made a little bit too big, so I had to do kind of some relashing on the furler and the swivel at the head of the sail. But I think we've come up with a halfway decent solution as long as the wind is calm enough that we don't need the main up. Let me go show you what I did.
You can see the lashing from the tack of the sail here to the furler. From the sailmaker, that was about a good 8 inches. So I'm probably able to get 5 inches or so out of that, kind of relashing. You know, any true riggers will probably laugh at the effort, but I think it's working okay. And they've got a pad eye here up on the bow. And we wanted to get a little more belly in the sail while we were sailing, plus get the foot out away from the seagull striker. So we rigged up a tack line that runs back to the winches at the bow, or at the helm, excuse me, so that we can loosen that when we are sailing and then tighten it again while furling. Did a little practice with it. Seems like it works okay.
We've been doing everything we can so far to try and sail thus far on the trip. Tried out their Jenniker, done some wing on wing, done some reaching, done some upwind sailing, covered pretty much the whole gamut. And now we are into the low/no wind portion of this trip. I think for the next couple days it looks like it's going to be winds less than 5 knots from all different directions. So we are just going to be motoring for a little while, heading pretty much due south to avoid some counter winds off to the west of us and try to find those trade winds just as fast as we possibly can. Plus, supposedly it's warm down south. Nights are still very, very cold.
So what are you trying to do?
Trying to listen to a net on the SSB, but I have no idea how to get to the channel I want. It is not intuitive.
So Julia has an SSB on board, which Starry Horizons does not. And we were super excited that we might finally be able to learn how to use it. Proving slightly difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, because Susan and Tom don't know how to use it yet. And we don't know how to use an SSB. And yeah, I can't even find the channel I want.
That's why we have an Iridium Go as our primary, huh?
Yes, that is much easier.
The cold nights were definitely not fun, but going through the Great Pacific Garbage Patch would end up being the worst part of the entire trip.
We heard a weird noise, and look at what we snagged. That is a fishing line or fishing net of some crap. That's pretty bad luck.
Fortunately, the winds were still quite light, so the boat wasn't moving too fast with the sails down and the engines off. In addition to setting up a line between the 2 hulls, we also put out some lines trailing behind the boat that I could grab if needed.
freaking cold.
Don't worry, sweetie, there's hot water. You get a nice hot shower when you're done. I'll even make you cocoa if you want.
I wish we weren't moving so fast.
We're not really moving that fast. I think we can be fine. Oh, Jesus.
Just like that.
That was fast.
Nice job.
Yeah, but unfortunately there's some caught around this port prop. All right, it's free.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, good.
How was your swim, baby?
That was cold, first of all.
68 degrees.
Nice and balmy. That's a really weird feeling, swimming where it's like miles deep below you. I mean, it's just blue and more blue out there. Kind of wild.
Yeah, we're really in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah. But hey, we got it all off. Nothing's wrapped around the prop, so looks like no damage is done. Should be good. Got lucky.
Shower time.
Yeah.
For the next few days, we watched as plastic piece after plastic piece floated by the boat. In spite of the garbage patch name, most of the contamination is from small, invisible plastic pieces that float beneath the surface. But the amount of large debris we saw was depressing enough.
Been standing out here for about 5-10 minutes, and it is very depressing just how many small pieces of plastic and garbage and crap we've seen floating by the boat. We've seen like little plastic buckets, pieces of like netting, and this is after we got stuck this morning. So I know we're a small channel, don't have a whole lot of following, but if you're watching this, I have a plea. Please be careful with what you throw away. Put stuff in recycling, watch your trash, don't dump in the sea. We can do better than this.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching our video of sailing through the Pacific Garbage Patch. We would like to give you an extra plea to make sure that you reduce your use of plastics or recycle when possible. We're going to put some links down below with more information about pollution in the ocean in general, so we hope you get some interesting reading out of that. As for us, you will see us next time as we finish our sail to Hawaii. Like and subscribe below. We'll see you soon.